Okay. Wow. I hit the button and everything, and now we're like in Dark Cloud. Cool. So I don't know what really is going on this session other than pushing through more floors. Okay, let me really quickly check. Ah, yeah, I got healing stuff. Okay, that was my biggest thing I wanted to confirm. So let's go ahead. This is what I think this level is Max's longest day or something. So that bodes well. Yeah, okay, so it's a seal. Cool, that's fine. Max is our stronger guy. Kind of. I think they're like catching up, but yeah, why would I force it when I have like, I don't know, 10 dozen keys? Okay. Oh, that's cool. That's what is that? Let's see, where'd it go? Tsukikage? Tsukikage? That would be my guess, something like that. A sword blessed by the power of moonlight. Nice. I don't know, is it an exploding trap? Oh, well, that's okay. Poison is, again, I'm never gonna guess poison because it's the least punishing of any of the things for something to be. Because I feel like I've had just nothing but antidotes since the start of the game, and they're not expensive. So it's kind of like, what's the point in picking anything else? I just figured I'd go explosives for once, because... Also, Max, your health is horrible. Oh, I wouldn't want to like randomly die because I remember things here can hit harder. Yeah, okay, cool. So yeah, you know, we're just making our way through this. I don't know how much more interesting I can make this. You know, I'm fighting dudes that look like playing cards who are creatures. We can discuss maybe what led to this circumstance, right? Was there a gambler who fell aside of some magical capabilities? Maybe got... This is Dark Cloud, right? So probably like randomly purchased a wine that gave him the abilities of pure creation, because that seems like something that's believable in this world. And he wanted to be able to gamble and gamble forever, but the fact that he was a gambler, you know, he eventually over time had lent out money or asked for money and never been able to pay it back, and you know, had pushed away all of his friends. He didn't have this connection with people anymore. So he needs somebody to play, but he also needed people who literally lived and breathed gambling. Thus, he turned to a deck of cards, and upon each of the characters in the deck, made a crew of his friends, but they outlasted him. And with nothing else to do with their time, and no one with such a fierce love of gambling or an understanding of their creation, they turned to hanging out in this castle from the past? I don't know, dude. It falls apart at the end. It's an interesting choice, because, like, thematically, I feel like they would be really good in, like, a casino level or something, right? Like, some glitz and glam type spot. Here in the Moonlight Palace, the palace of... You know what, he's like a moon person from the past who's also known as an emperor. He clearly is chosen by Nat Lamilia. Does he have some connection to playing cards? Is this like a play on the nature of fate and the random chance and the potential of gamifying your destiny. I don't know. I don't know why they're here. I feel like, yeah, some more moon-themed stuff compared to a playing card with a scythe would fit logically a little bit more. Oh well. I mean, I'm a sucker for a good theme, right? Like, I have actually, right up until this moment, I had the day off today, so I intended to do more recording, actually. But the opportunity just kind of didn't pop up because that's funny. I ended up playing a bunch of Magic, and that was fun. Like, I had a good time with it. I won some, I lost some. It's no big deal. I'm reacclimatizing my sensibilities to current standard and what I need to do to consistently win. But you know what? For anyone who plays Magic, I just beat a ridiculous landfall ramp deck. And it was pure just strategy. I didn't have better cards. I didn't have a better position on the battlefield. I didn't have some perfect counter. I just played what I had really well and got lucky with some removal. And that let me buff up a creature while sacrificing some others to get some counters, and then transform it with trample, and I forced this really insane block with trample, and then the trample damage won through. Even though he had like 11/11s and like a bunch of like insanely powerful things, I took a big hit, and yeah, it was just, you know. But my point aside, I've been back into Magic because of good theming. Like, there's this Bloomburrow set that's kind of like inspired, I think, by Redwall, if you ever read that growing up. But it's a lot of like animals in traditional medieval kind of roles, knights and rogues and lords, and it's pretty cool. There's like raccoon berserkers for cards. And then, of course, you know, I'm a Final Fantasy guy, so I've been pulled into the Final Fantasy Magic Gathering thing. And then it's interesting, too, because the difference between, like, the online perspective on that set, right? Like, if you look at the subreddits or whatever, which you probably shouldn't, it's just trash. But if you look at those things, ooh, Jesus Christ. You'll see a lot of like kind of negativity about people getting brought into the game or brought back into the game by this crossover event. And then you go to like a local store, like I'm near like a really big store where I live. It's an awesome place for everything, comics and card games and D&D and whatever. What you want, it does really, really well, and it's been like a staple. It's been there for a long time. Anyway, so you go there, and then I was there. I actually went in 3 times yesterday at different points of the day. The first time because I wanted to just go over and grab some stuff for myself over lunch, and I took my dog because the dog was allowed, and I grabbed a few things then. And then I went back a second time because out of nowhere, my wife decided that she wanted to try and play Magic too, and seems to be into it. You know, we started playing Arena on her own. I didn't even prompt it. Like, that's craziness. I never thought I'd see the day. But, so I went over with her after a dinner, and we got some, like, booster packs that she wanted, and the deck kit, and, you know, the whole setup thing for building a new deck. In sleeves, and then she was going to get some sleeves that were okay, but I recommended a different set because I've been playing Magic since elementary school, so I've kind of bought everything and seen it all and tried it all, and I recommended like the brand of sleeves that I've always trusted at this point. They're a little bit more expensive. They're probably the most expensive in the shop, but for good reason. And she was like, oh, I'm going to try these other ones. Then we get home and she put her cards in them. And then she's like, oh, these look awful. I can't see the cards very well. It like dulls the art, like blurs it, because it was like a weird filtered sleeve. Like, I'm sure it's very protective, but the clarity was not great. So then I went back to get the good ones for her. So I was there 3 times throughout the day, and each and every single time it's like going into a bookstore, right? Like you can't go into a bookstore and not buy books. Like I love buying books. I don't even care. I will buy a random book. Like some people buy based on, you know, book clubs or recommendations or whatever. All of my book purchases are pretty much random. Like I'll just go into the bookstore, start looking around, and I'll pick out like 2 or 3 things that I think look good, and then that's what I'll get. That's how I shop for books. It's a great strategy. I highly recommend it. I found some really good stuff as a result. I've completely have blacked out what I'm looking for. Keep on forgetting it's like a pot. But yeah, going into a magic shop, or a card shop, you can't not get cards, right? So every single time I went in, I got more booster packs myself. And then I was playing online for Magic the Gathering Arena, which is fun too, but I've had that account since the game started. So I have a lot of leftover stuff from various sessions over the years, picking it up and whatever. So I have been able to build and update a deck as I'm playing and seeing what works and what doesn't work, which is good. Good feeling. Suffice to say, try Magic if you haven't, I guess. But also, yeah, the opinion in the store. Sorry, I guess I got that distracted there. The opinion in the store was really, really friendly. Folks were like polite, and I've always remembered that shop being really nice, like when I played draft and stuff there. But yeah, everyone was welcoming, and it seemed to be that like it was busy each time I went there, and each time was different times throughout the day. Always folks were in there and doing different things, playing different games. Like Pokemon has become more popular than I ever remember it being, which is good. Like good for Pokemon. You know, if people are enjoying it or the collector's value is there, that's awesome, because I've seen like the value of Pokemon cards. Actually, I was blown away. Like, I don't know if you're watching this, you've probably been in a card shop. Let's be honest. If you're watching a random Let's Play video of Dark Cloud 2, you've probably been in a collectible card shop. So there's like that shelf usually that a lot of them have, or you know, like a counter, and it's like a glass top, and you have all the fancy cards under there with prices. And I was looking at the Magic cards. And you know, I was looking at the Magic cards and the Pokemon cards, and I'm used to the price of Magic cards, because at this point it's like its own micro economy, as much as it is a trading card game and a competitive game. It's, you know, it's like real estate. Like these individual pieces are now parts of people's fortunes, and there's serious motivation to keep that economy in place. Otherwise, the investment you've made is invalidated. So there's definitely that element. But anyways, I was looking at the Pokemon side, and holy crap, there's like a Charizard that was like $600. Now, like, did it look cool? Yeah. Was it a piece of cardboard? Like, also yes. And I say that as someone who has spent hundreds of dollars on cards, right? Like, every time I've done it, I'm like, God, I feel like meth would be less embarrassing than this. But maybe that's just me. It's just like, ultimately, playing cards, like at the end of the day, I like to play, and I feel like that's an important part of it for me. Otherwise, I'm just paying for pretty pictures. But there is definitely an element of like, regardless of your, most people, like, you know, you might have a flavor that you like, or a type of card that you like, or a color combination, or you might have a set that you're really attracted to, whether mechanically or thematically. And at a certain point, we're all paying for a pretty picture, right? I think that's the nature of being a nerd. Like, I'm still to this day a big comic guy, and I've cut back a little bit because I use digital services now. I pay for my annual Marvel Unlimited subscription, so to speak. And it's tough because I love comic shops, and I want to clarify the place I'm talking about. It's really like 90% tabletop RPGs, D&D, Warhammer, board games, minifigs, dice, cards, things like that. The books and the comics are there. It has an impressive library, but it always seems to be when people are in there, they're mainly moving games, right? So I don't say they're a traditional comic book shop, even if they happen to carry some of that stuff or have like ordering options from like Ingram or whatever. So that being what it is, actual traditional comic book shops. I feel bad, but I also I understand why what's happening is happening, because even as someone who loves comics, it's tough to physically collect them nowadays. Like, when you're a kid, you don't have much stuff. That's a cool sword. It's easy to kind of have or be reading 6 or 7 different runs and then have the floppy issues for each and every single one and then have them stored away, because you don't have too much stuff. I need more bookshelves as an adult. I have in my living room regular storage that just has books piled on it, because I'm one of those guys who just buys more books than I have space for. I love reading. I'm almost always reading, but the truth of it is I also buy more books than I have the mental capacity to read at a single time, and yet I will still be I'll get to it, and I'll pick them up. And I had to stop that for comics, because take the current event that's going on right now, right? One World Under Doom. If I was buying each of those runs physically as they were coming out compared to reading them digitally, unlike Marvel Unlimited, I would be doing just off random ones, right? You have the conclusion of Ryan North's Fantastic Four, you have the Thunderbolts Doomstrike, you have the Red Hulk series, you have some Runaways stuff, you have Superior Avengers, you have the One World Under Doom itself, you have Doctor Strange and Asgard, and I'm these are just the ones that I'm recalling right off the top of my head in that event, right? You have Gods, One World Under Doom, the single issue, there's so much just in that one event. And if you're physically collecting all of those, it's a lot of space. And then what do you do when you read the issue? How many times are you gonna read the issue? It's tough, because I love comics and I want to support the industry, but it's tough to be this digital option that I also have isn't better. And I like reading paperback books. I'm a novel guy if I'm gonna read a physical book. Excuse me. But with comics, it's really hard to argue that my iPad isn't better, because I can zoom in, I can arguably, depending on the paper that's printed on, get a better quality image. I don't know, right? There's a lot of benefits there. I can read in the dark on my iPad, which I have a neck lamp thing and I have lamps in my house, but you can't deny the fact that you could take the iPad pretty much anywhere and it's dark, and then you can load up your comics and read there. So yeah, there's a lot of unfortunate realities moving into the modern world. A lot of old things, but I don't think stores in general are going to exist. I don't think there's going to be much need for business. I think we've been able, through consumerism, to obfuscate what is going on in the world economically, and what the ultimate goal of any economic system is, and any system of development is. Whether we convince ourselves it's about one thing, the reality of it is no economic system can outlast the need to perpetuate it, right? Even right now, capitalism sucks, but there's a need for a system, because if it's not there, if this isn't there, something worse or nothing at all is going to be there. At least, through the suffering that it induces, capitalism actually does have an end stage, many systems executed to the end of them. And I'll say right out, I'm not really a capitalist, but I can understand that when it ends, when it supersedes, when it reaches the point where everything has been bought and sold and there's nothing left to do, there's no problems to solve, provided that people have made it that far, you're going to have something like, a modern rendition of an AI, a super intelligence of some kind, a series of systems that have become so efficient as a result of a need to optimize out labor costs that there aren't really any problems that need solving left because everything's been solved. Now, again, don't get me wrong. I recognize that's a little optimistic, but I do see it as an eventuality that things just finish. And at that point, what is there to sell? What is there to buy? If you get to the point where every single, let's hypothetically, right? You get to a point where every single thing that can be produced has been, and every company that can be replaced with AI, every position has been, no one in the world is making any money. And assume something horrible as an attempt to deal with that population doesn't happen, or arguably better or worse, it is attempted and fails. Because let's be honest, that's happened numerous times throughout history, and it insofar largely hasn't gone well for the perpetrators of such a movement. So, assume that, right? What's the world going to become? Are we going to keep paying, respect and time to these structures of business and commerce if we're no longer entangled in them at any level? Like, if they have no bearing, they just kind of become these things that are happening in the background. And I don't know, I think that leads to us kind of being able to step away. I'm okay with that personally. Like, I don't think we really need to be working the way that we tend to in real life. We put too much pressure on that. But I don't know, I have this feeling that society as it is, the structures that it is, needs to make money one way or another. Those are going away. Those things aren't going to last forever. And I think that's why I've kind of crossed over on the topic of AI as well, because I was actually very resistant to it for a long time, even accepting it on any level. I really didn't want to. I didn't want to allow it into my life. I didn't want to accept it as an alternate to human effort or perspective. And I've had to make peace with that becoming an outdated opinion, with that being this is a moment where you can decide to be left in the past or not type of thing. It doesn't mean I'm not scared of what things could be, or the risk of being made whatever, invalid, unrequired, fertilizer. Yeah, I've just had to I realize that there's a lot of points in history where you can learn and try and have one hand on the wheel, or you can, object, which is always an option, but it does mean having no hands on the wheel, and my personality type finds that a lot scarier. So I feel like at least learning about what's happening, how it's going to affect me, accepting it for what it is, it's better than pushing against it and kind of spending all that time not growing a tree. if you know what I mean by that. It's a bit of a stretch of an analogy, but if investing in a new reality is growing a tree, and like a tree, it takes time to grow and really truly become something you can take shade under, or, you know, use for shelter, or cut down and burn for firewood, whatever the heck you're doing with it. The earlier you start growing it, the better. And that's the reality I'm trying to deal with. It's definitely, I don't know, it's interesting. I was even at a summit the other day. Goes to show the type of life I'm living. It was a summit about QA, automation, and evolving these disciplines alongside AI, right? And there's an interesting point that was made, which is something I'm always like reminding people about, is that the current popularity of generative AI is built on a huge amount of experience. Like it's considered this like brand new thing, and generative AI in the form and the capability that it is right now is, yeah, absolutely. But we are completely disregarding the work that's been done on like natural language processing, which has been going for a lot longer, and, you know, transformer model technology, a lot of work actually, which has come out of a Canadian university, the University of Toronto. So there's arguably decades of work, like all scientific progress, that's gone into what is now a huge emergence of popularity for generative AI. But there have been other types of AI for a long time. Let's hope Monica can do this. And equally, the reality of it is for QA, quality assurance, is that generative AI means that there is more code being created now than there almost ever has been in the past. And you can't just throw code into the wild. So you need even more comprehensive testing. And you need testing that at a certain level assumes a person might not have been involved in every aspect of something being created. So you need both foundational tests, and you need the ability to handle really interesting like edge cases and unit tests. And that's like the industry is finding solutions to that. There's some really interesting tools out there. Like people who are like interested in tech but aren't in that world would be really fascinated to see like what people are creating, how dramatic the capabilities of automation are getting. And how, like, you know, I always see memes about, like, and to a point, don't get me wrong, I agree with this, but, like, you know, there's, like, a meme, like, oh, now your favorite app ruined by AI. And don't get me wrong, there are places where that totally happens. But the ability to do natural reasoning and determine context is so cool to see when you have an AI, say, looking at a product brief, explaining what a piece of software does, how it works, what it does and doesn't do, and then it reviews that and creates 36 different QA tests and has the ability to go through it and considers the platforms that people are going to be using and all of these different things. And even if humans are getting involved and they're actually performing that or refining the unit tests to be performed by automation at scale, because like something as well as software, you inherently had to trust automation to a certain point at scale. I'm not saying that you can't look over everything, but you won't be able to test on every single person's machine. You aren't going to be able to manually do something or test a random thing 10,000 times. You're just not going to get paid to do that. It's not realistic. Nobody is. They're not going to hire a team of 10,000 people so every single feature can be tested once by a human person, made sure it works correctly. It's just not going to happen. Software isn't developed that way. Companies don't have margins like that, and if they do, they're going to bonuses. So the reality is like, to test things at scale, you're going to need to trust the machine at some point. You're going to need to trust automation in your QA, and that's something that's already happening for a lot of enterprise systems. People talk about the developers. Like, whenever people like talk in videos and YouTube and stuff like that, they're like, the devs made this choice. Why would they do that? And unless the company is like 5 guys and they're all developers, the devs probably didn't choose shit, They're listening to project managers, to executives, to different people across the thing. Why didn't QA fix this? QA probably did. They don't get to fix stuff. They just get to go, hey, this sucks, fix it. They don't get to manually do it themselves. It's not QA's job, right? QA may not even, this is like when I was young and elitist, less so than I am now. I was like, what the heck? QA doesn't fix bugs? But no, that's a whole other team, man. Like that's like a maintenance team or something, right? So, yeah, folks don't really understand how software works a lot of the time, and that's okay. I didn't either. And literally until I worked in it, most of the ideas I had about it were misconceptions. And then you go to the other side of the curtain, you're like, oh, okay, that makes sense. Like, for the most part, I don't understand now why anyone doesn't like constantly update all their devices. Like, for example, I have a server. I have like a few other things running, I have various different devices on different operating systems. And I pretty much do every single update as soon as it is available. Because now that I work with people who are pushing those types of updates and what they're doing, and I see like the internal change logs for stuff. I don't know if any piece of software has ever been finished. And as a result, you should definitely update your stuff. Screw it. Let's use this bomb. No, it looks too cool. Let's use, yeah, let's use these. Oh. Nice. Cool. Yeah, and I'll be the first person to say there's so much more for me to learn too, because like a lot of my experience has been working with like local software, so software that's like running on your computer or a computer or a customer's machine or whatever, and working now like more adjacent with web-based things, with cloud-based software, with SaaS. It's a different world, and some of my instincts are wrong, right? Like, here, take for example, how a lot of big companies work now, with the exception of video games, because you can kind of do this for video games, but not in the exact same way, right? So, look at how patches have evolved. Like, typically, I think when I was more familiar with this and when I was learning about it, you would do kind of like one big release, right? And that was like a big version. You put a lot of things in it. It was very standardized in that going out. But now the way that things are working, like you have a lot of internal development teams, you have a lot of different products, you have a lot of different things that may relate to each other, but be systematically independent in a product suite or something, right? Think of under Microsoft Office, you have Word, PowerPoint, Excel, whatever. And you don't now really need to update all of those things at the same time if they're not all being, worked on at the same rate, or things are coming out at different times. So while like in traditional software that you would download and use personally, something that is 100% run on your machine, that's still largely how updates work, right? You download the update, you get all the features of the update, and they're immediate. As soon as they're installed, they're there. The way that things are going in cloud-based software is this decoupling of releases and enabling the code. So you might push an update, add new code to the database or expand a functionality or something like that. And then you'll have something called a feature flag or whatever internal nomenclature you prefer. And that can be turned on in phases. So say like you have Word, right? And say it's online. There's some online version of Word. And you're pushing a few features. And you know this is going out to 100 million people. So you don't want to just turn it all on at once in case something goes wrong. Or maybe there's a bug. Or maybe it doesn't work as well. You've done your testing. You think everything's okay, but you're not sure. And you want to be safe. So what's popular now is you would push the code. So all of it's there, but none of it's turned on. None of it's doing anything yet. Did that work? Okay, great. Now turn on one of the three things. Did that work? Okay, great. Now turn on the second thing. And then you do that. So there's like phases and legs of enabling components in live services so that your release is less of a plop, here it is, and it's more of a gradual enabling of components. This was, foreign to me for a while because I'm just so accustomed to, you know, the way that things work when even you're self-hosting or when you're playing video games. Like, I would be pretty cranky if I went to go download, you know, an update for Final Fantasy 14 and then, like, some of my abilities weren't turned on or something, or like they were waiting to be enabled down the road. Like, that would annoy and confuse me, but it's different worlds, SaaS and enterprise and all this stuff. So, you know, there's always things to adapt. Suffice to say, I am giving you a breakdown of random enterprise software industry topics because slashing cards has failed me as a conversation topic. So we've done 2 floors, A+ for us. And I know I don't have to kill every single enemy on the floor. But that doesn't mean I don't feel like I have to. And it's kind of like I'm doing my grinding on the way. You know? I'm getting these weapons built right up. They're getting strong. I don't know. I saw that Superman came out digitally today. I'm probably going to go rewatch that. I saw it in theaters. That and Fantastic Four, both of which fantastic movies. I'm a big Fantastic Four guy. I'm always reading the comics. They're one of my favorite runs, one of my favorite characters, and Reed is someone that I really, for better or worse, resonate with. But yeah, Superman was good. I'm excited to rewatch that. I feel like there's some stuff that I'd like to catch. And I had to step out in the movie when I went out. There's a little bit in the middle there. I had to go to the washroom. So that didn't do my movie viewing experience very well. Honestly, I hate the theater. I'm not a big theater guy. Folks talk about like loving the theater, the smell, the experience, the laughter of other people, and I don't care for any of it. But they hold movies hostages, and spoilers for things that I love are sad. So for something like Fantastic Four, I just didn't want to risk a spoiler. I wanted to go and experience it authentically. Especially because I'm a comic reader. It's one of those things where like you get one little detail and like, you know, oh, okay, they're doing this run, or they're inspired by this, or they're probably doing this, and then like you're halfway into seeing the movie already, and it's like, that's not what I want. But it's also unintentional because of the way that my brain works, right? Oh, nice. Yeah, I've been digitally collecting comics for a long time as well, across different mediums. I've definitely got a lot of stuff from Humble Bundle over the years, rule books and stuff as well. And I looked the other day in the service that I use to host that stuff, and I have now for comics a series for every letter of the alphabet, which I felt was a pretty cool accomplishment. Maybe that's also why I'm getting back into Magic the Gathering a little bit is because not only am I, you know, enjoying the series and the current themes and sets and stuff like that, I'm also oh god, oh. Yeah, I'm also like kind of finishing up some things I wanted to collect, and I love collecting. It doesn't have to mean too much. It doesn't have to be significant. I think it's fun. It's nice to want to like have 100% of something, have a goal, seek it out, you know, find the little adventures and the getting everything or the experience of it. Finding a pretty way to play it. It's just internally satisfying. I don't know. Feels like having a piece of the world to yourself. And I have also finished my collection for all the Discworld novels. So I wanted to get a paperback copy of every single one of those. And I wanted as much of the original covers as I could get. Because there's a reissue of all the Discworld novels coming. And the new covers are fine. I already had some of the old ones, so I was like, well, I don't want a misplaced collection, right? So I tracked down, at a reasonable cost, all of the Discworld novels. So I have like 43 or something. And again, I don't have a bookshelf to put them on, so they're all just in my living room at the top of the cabinet. They look pretty, they're safe, but I'd rather somewhere better to put them. God, okay, good. I just wanted to double check, make sure that I am indeed recording, because God, what a waste if I wasn't. Well, that's also why I don't hotkey anything. I'm always like, OBS is this weird bug, maybe it's been fixed, where like hotkey enablement of recording would like create these little 5-second videos, but they didn't actually like just start recording, go until you stopped. So I turned that off. Cool. I've been thinking about getting like a little like a mini second monitor, just for the purposes of like recording and having something off to the side. Because sometimes I've used my iPad for it, but I was using this application that kind of lets you use the iPad as a second screen. But then I looked at like the GPU utilization. It was using like 30% of my GPU for a second monitor. I'm like, nope, that's not happening. And it was like video encode too. So it's like, okay, it's clearly doing some like full-on capture pass-through at a high speed or something. It's not like true second monitor. It's like some sort of overly intelligent mirror, and that's not what I wanted. So, especially if it's not going to use the dedicated, like options. So yeah. That wasn't gonna work, or it's not gonna work longer, which is fine. But not ideal. And then the issue is like, there's actually a fair amount of like 7-inch monitors out in the market. But the issue you run into is that size, a lot of people want touch screens. And I don't actually. I just want like actually kind of like crap LCD or IPS monitor. Because the little OLED, especially if it's going to be like largely sitting on like OBS or something like that, just like the same screen that never goes anywhere. There's definitely no need to have it be something that's going to risk burning, right? Ugh. And that's my big issue with OLED, is I like OLED, but I actually, because of gaming, I actually kind of think OLED's not really great for the type of gaming that I do, because I do long sessions of gaming and I play like MMOs and stuff like that, and that does mean that you might have static UI elements that just never go away. And that type of thing is more at risk to my understanding of burn-in with OLED panels. Whereas IPS monitors, like, they might not have as vivid of a color picture, or, you know, they might not have as dark a black comparatively, but they basically don't care about the repetitive UI elements. So, you know, there's that win right there. Although, gosh, again, I've been looking at high FPS monitors and like watching my wife's for her new computer, and me being stuck at 60 FPS, 60 hertz, even for basic things like Magic. I'm like, oh my god, all the special effects, they look so much flashier, but it's okay. I don't need it. I don't need it. Because I'm really close. I've been pretty excited about this. I'm one payment away from finishing off my student loan. One. I am exuberant. Because as soon as that's done, it's just kind of like a big pay raise, right? You're no longer putting away however much a month onto this thing. And I'm pretty excited to be done. I won't lie, it wasn't a priority to me. It's a bad thing to admit. But I was like, I'll make minimum payments on it forever, and then eventually when it's done, I'll either be dead or they'll be fixed. But I guess it was stressing out my mother. And you can't have that. So I made a bigger priority of finishing it for my mom, which is fine. I would have happily died with it. I don't care. I'm not having kids. It's not going to anyone, you know. Debt just exists, some dudes in a computer and the people perpetuating the system, but whatever. I'm actually reading a book right now about this type of thing. Debt, the First 5,000 Years. Really interesting book if you're curious about the topic. And it opens up with this like discussion about the morality of repaying debt, and where did that come from, and how it's like repeated that pattern throughout history. Really interesting book. And it opens up with an interesting imposition about like, are people always obliged to pay back debts? Like that statement has a lot of moral weight in most societies. You should pay back debt. You owe this. Like that feels weighty to our psyche. But the author goes through a lot of circumstances where maybe that isn't valid or fair or realistic, or the person didn't even authentically incur the debt. Maybe somebody else said, you have a debt to me now, and then everybody else just agreed, and now they're beholden to this thing that wasn't agreed to, or was agreed to by somebody else, and now they just have to carry. A lot of stuff like that sucks in the world. But still, one payment away, and then I can just close that account and be done with this. I mean, I'm one of the very lucky people that I was able to do something with their university education, so I might as well, you know, pay off that. Not everybody got so lucky. And I don't even mean I'm so great that I deserve it, but I've had my fair share of really crap jobs. And I think that mix was what really made the difference for me as an adult. You know, as starting working when you're 13, it gives you a pretty good resume when it comes to work experience. I'm like one of those few people that can, like, at 23, have 10 years of work experience already, right? So when that was the truth for me, it was very easy to prove that I know how a workplace works. And, you know, that was something that, like, it was always kind of shocking to me when I had friends like this, teenagers in high school and stuff like that, who weren't working, right? So they just didn't have that like sense of urgency that nothing like a workplace puts into you. I would say, for better or worse, right? The sense of urgency from a real workplace, like a fast food kitchen, right? Like I worked at I don't even know if I can say it's a fast food restaurant that happened to do ice cream and sometimes had gravity-based displays of that ice cream or ice cream included products. And I worked there as a high school student, among other things. But yeah, and even then, like the type of focus on getting things done, doing things at a high level, doing stuff for adults, doing something that is worthy of being paid for, whether that rate is accurate, the effort is another discussion. But yeah, then you go like people who've only ever been in high school and barely do that, and you're like, oh my god, you guys have no idea how to like put 100% of your ass into something if it need be. And I'm not saying I am a 100% asser, but I know how to make people think I'm a 100% asser, which is just as much a job skill as anything else. I don't think there's anyone who's actually worked for any number of years, seriously, in any role, any capacity, any industry, who would disagree that sometimes making sure people know you're working or think you are doing work is just as important as actually doing work. And I'm not advocating for like blowing smoke up people's butt or like eschewing your duty or whatever. That's not what I'm saying. But I'm saying the optics of what you're doing and achieving can be just as important as the actual achieving of those things. That's what I'm saying. And it's true, right? If you're, say like even I've heard in even like outside of white collar environments, I've heard of, things from like my trade buddies back in the day. You would have, the old timers who did 90% of everything, but never complained, didn't ask for anything, didn't ask for handouts, didn't say anything, and they would just get nothing but crap jobs, and they would be very easily fading into the background. While folks who were loud or exuberant or in front of the boss maybe got more, maybe got pay raises, maybe got to go to all the different sites, maybe got to do the more exciting jobs, not because they were more deserving or accomplished more or anything like that, but just because they had the visibility into what they did do, or for what they did do, that, brought them to that decision. Now, I'm not going to pretend I've done too much trade work, but I would say that concept travels probably across all jobs. Cool. All right. Beautiful. Oh, hey, I got the thing to leave. All right. Well, not too much. There's a part of me that's like, should I just go to the next level? I don't know. Is there diorama here that I'm missing and I haven't seen yet? I know it's purple on the map, but whatever, I guess. My instincts compel me. That being said, I don't think... Yeah. Toy Rock. I wonder if that's just like somewhere completely different than this and I just could go get it and I haven't. It feels like that probably isn't the case, but maybe it is. Okay, boop, boop, boop. Okay. Can I finish this thing with my little, like, rat-a-tat-a-tat-a-tat-a-tat? I can. It'll be ridiculous, but I can. Beautiful. How's this thing doing? Okay, I need some more smash. I think this is smash, right? No, it's beast. It needs that too, but okay. Cool, that was enough. Awesome. Beast. Let's just go 10. That feels fitting. The beast is really low, so I can only imagine that there's like a bit needed. Yeah, okay, and then we'll do... Ooh, wrong. 2 scale, just to have put a little bit into everything here. Cool. And yeah, geez, this thing can just take whatever, can't it? But there's not much value in doing that, so... I mean, maybe there is. Buff its stuff up. Is that a thing? Yeah, okay, well, I don't know. Maybe I'll do that. Well, let's try the same thing here. Can I just... It might take a little bit longer. Ow. Sir, I did not appreciate that. Okay. Yeah, so many keys. Do not need to force anything. Thorn amulets. Okay. Well, I guess I didn't really need to do this, but why not? I did anyways.
I don't even really need anything that could happen here, but whatever. Oh, yeah, okay. Moon flower fence. They could have doubled down a little bit more on the moon or the flower element of this thing. It's just kind of an elephant. Cool, look at me, I am a success.
Alright, that takes care of you guys.
Alright, I'm gonna ride pod it. I think it feels a little bit faster. God, what did I do for a sprint button? Okay, come on. Come on. All right. God, okay, we're getting there. Jeez. Well, that's convenient. That's actually fine. Doesn't really do anything to me, actually. Oh, that's cool. Love that. Cool. Oh. That. Okay. Not what I had expected. Oh no, that's again what I got hit once and that thing just murderized me. All right, well that sucks. Dumb. Cool. All right, yeah, I'm definitely just gonna get out of here right away. I don't care. Cool. Give me your stuff. Oh, nice. And I already have the way out, which I'll just take. Moon Joe. That sucks. What does this thing need? Wow, okay. I think I've got everything. It just needs more. Jeez. Okay. Let's look first. It needs more beast and more scale. Let's just give it 20 scale right out. Still needs more. Okay, needs more exorcism. Let's give it 14 to start. Okay, and then we need more smash. I mean, yeah, but what else does smash? Yeah, I don't really want to start using rocks or something, but I kind of think that's what's gonna be, so. Nope. Okay. Okay, that's satisfied. Now we just need beast and scale. I feel like scale. What's gonna give scale? Okay, that makes sense. All right, we got some shrimp. Yeah, I'm not surprised. Makes sense. Okay. Well, then, yeah, I can't do anything about that, but I can put like 5 into beast, right? Okay. I feel like, have I already seen the way out of this one? Maybe I have? I don't know. No, I've seen that. Okay, well, that's not. That's just one of many paths. Oh, well, that's useful. Okay, then I've already kind of gotten everything I need to get out of here. Yeah, I'll just go, but I'm curious about, I don't think I've seen anywhere that lets me purchase crystals, but can I? Second, I'm just Googling it. Cause yeah, I got tons of money. Okay, now it looks like I can, but I just don't remember where Rufio's elements are. So let's go around and poke at that really quickly here. Chapter 3. Is that... I don't know. Is this even the right game? Oh, maybe I even like got the wrong... Maybe I haven't even done this? I don't know. Whatever. Yeah, because this... I don't know, maybe I didn't even recruit that guy. I don't think I did. Okay, never mind. Yeah, so I'm looking around for someone that I won't be able to get anything from anyways. Yeah, I don't know, we'll poke around, see if there's anything really quickly, and then if not, I will I'll go. That's fine. Or maybe he's, yeah, is this the right guy? Maybe I'm not even in the right chapter. Like, maybe it's only in the final chapters when I'm kind of reading. I can't remember if I'm chapter 7 or 8. Is this the item store or the other place? I don't know. We'll figure it out. Doesn't matter. No, it looks like he's selling most of the stuff now anyways. Okay. Yeah, let's buy some more of those. I'll buy some more of those. I definitely think I'm gonna need some more of these. Okay. I have 6 of this already, so let's see. Can I drop 6 more scale to at least finish out that requirement? It might be 150 as well, right? Like that's what they all the other ones seem to be happy around or at. Yep, okay, that's fine. I don't know what I want for this one. This one needs scale and beast too, but it has nothing, so okay. I'm just curious about something, really. Yeah, if I just do 16. Because his thing is already like... see, there you go. That's the limit. It's 150. Gotcha. Well, I wanted to know, so now I know. Cool. Well, I guess now I'm kind of incentivized to finish up Monica's sword. To try and get the ultimate one there. Or at least on this path, right? I also confirmed that, yeah, this area is exactly what I didn't want it to be. I had to build this exactly based on the pictures, like I thought. So no, I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to find a guide. I'm just going to find an overhead picture, show me where everything goes, and I'm going to do that because I don't care. I don't care about doing the pictures right. I know, I get that that's the puzzle, but I'm not interested in like pixel perfect placing trees. Maybe like if you went to the areas and they were levels in this dungeon or like boss rooms in this dungeon. But no, I'm sorry. Now, unless we see the toy something or other too, I think that's all Max needs to, oh, okay, well this level sucks. Yeah, I think I'm going to do this. It's going to be really annoying, but I will. Okay, never mind. I don't know how practical that feels to me. Oh, good. Well, that's cool. I like that I could hit them both. Nope, that don't work. How's Max deal against these guys? He does okay. Not as good as the ride pod. Okay, well, we already got our way out of here, so I might be tempted to just do that. Especially if it's just a floor of... Okay, well, that was frankly a little weird, but all right. Oh, hey, the toy rock. Ooh. Is that the thing that, can I upgrade this weapon now? Grade 0. Let's do it. Grade 0 is built up. Cannot be improved any further. Does it have room for this? Oh, it totally does. Ha 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 ha. Take that. Okay, well now I gotta test it. Yeah, boy. That's what I'm talking about. All right. Yeah, it did a lot better at that than I was expecting it to do. So that's awesome. But I think that is everything I need. Like, really here? Ah, that's why I thought I held R1 long enough. Game. Cool. Yeah, now we just gotta level up Monica's sword as well, and we're set, I guess. Well, no, we can make progress and then come back if we need to. Bro. Okay. Gosh. How do I do this every time, bro? Jeez, alright, here we go. Okay, so there was a geostone in that one, and I just didn't get it. Okay, so maybe I should have actually gone back to do that. Alright. That was a mistake on my part. We need the geostones. Oh, well. Thanks, game. Got that right back. Ooh. Oh, no, wrong. Hey. Okay, well, now that we have the thingamajigger there, we can pretty much just focus on getting the thing and leaving. Jeez, rabid dog. Like, I recognize that's what it's modeled after, but geez, really lives up. Okay. Oh, that was bad on my part. Thought I zigged, but I zagged. As it goes. Okay. Oh my god, bro. Can I get like an iframe or two while I'm in attacks that I can't do anything about? Like, come on. Yeah, I'm just making sure. I don't have the thing yet, right? I don't think I do. Bro, can you like care about the fact that you're being attacked even at all? Oh, well. Yep, my fault for having left this level without getting the diorama. I should have checked. So. Could have avoided having to do this again, but that's okay. We're pretty close now, I think, overall. As things go. At least I hope so. No. Wow, look at what a reward we just got. God, we got blinkers all over the place. Oh well. And yep, the painful switching back, because I do want Monica to get this stuff. Even though, what, her sword, yeah, 6. Can I drop 6 more scale down? Okay, now just Beast. Probably needs to take that up to 152 though, so gonna be a bit. Might as well set and forget it, I think. Or replay the first few levels of this dungeon sped up. Ooh. Clock Knight. Why does this guy feel like he's probably special in some capacity? Oh well. You know what I only just remembered? I think I took a picture to get the Nova Cannons too, and then I completely forgot to actually build them, if memory serves. Yeah, I'll check out that actually in a second here. So we will save. We'll exit the dungeon. Okay. Da-da. Okay, I don't think I've taken a picture of the sun. So let's see if we can just get a picture of the sun. Hopefully it's day. Of course it's not. How do you pass time? Hmm. So if can I like, does this have any impact on time? Like moving around? Or do they have to like do dungeons to pass the time? I genuinely don't know. Yeah, it looks like I'm gonna get a sunrise there, right? Like, if I just hang out, will I watch the sun come out? Yeah, it's like 6 something a.m. So I guess let's just watch and see if the sun comes out. At least I think, yeah. Fascinating. Okay, this is a better test. Does moving between areas take time? Not really. Right, like it was just 8 when I came. Yeah, it doesn't really pass the time. Huh. Well, okay, I guess. Like, that's life. Maybe I wasn't going far enough, or maybe I'm just wasting time trying to take a picture of a sun. Make sure I got the street lamp picture. That's what else I need. The mysterious... Oh, hey, there's the sun. A little bit ahead over my head, but whatever. All right.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, that will help. $300 compared to 240. So hopefully they're a bit better. Man, whatever. I got more life in me. I'll keep on going. What the heck? Okay, great. Yeah, let's do one more. Try out our new Nova cannons as well. And to confirm, yeah, you got the Geostone. You got the Geostone. Cool. Well, I wanted to try it. Boom. Boom. Cool. Okay, that's not so bad. There we go. Just gonna try and, yeah, push a little bit more with Monica to get levels on her sword. Because it seems to be... Oh, okay. King Mimic is, yeah, okay, we can get him. There we go. There we go. Okay. How much damage does she do to this thing? Actually, pretty decent. I think more than the ride pod, actually. Probably just due to hype differences or something, but cool. I'm down. I think I'm just going to ride pod this Moon Joe. Yeah, because trying to get him with Monica without a good upgraded armband is kind of pointless. Cool. Level up, and I'm just going to immediately dump points as soon as I level up into whatever. So we get 6. Okay, let's do 6 more beasts. Cool. All right. Okay, look, I got the thing. I'm done here. Ow. Hey, there we go. Okay, we only got a few more left. Oh, okay, that's like it's his own space. So I guess we'll do that, sure.
Alexandra?
What is it?
Alexandra, I'm sorry. But the truth is, I'm the one that broke the flower.
I know.
What?
Sorry, I knew all along. No, it's fine. Maybe it was this flower's role in life. You know, flowers always give people something. For me, it can be happiness or strength or just the courage to make it through another day. Huh? This flower gave something to you too, right?
What?
When you broke the stem, you must have felt something. That was the role in life for this flower. Besides, it gave me something as well. It taught me that you're a very kind young man.
Alexandra.
Okay. Trying to sympathize with a villain has some childish connection. But I don't care that he maybe had some sad misunderstandings with some random girl we haven't really met until now. He has still perpetrated the entirety of violence and effectively genocide. So I don't care that it was sad for him or something. Like, I don't know what his deal is. It doesn't matter to me. I'm not sympathizing with someone who perpetuates evil, even if they had a sad backstory. Me too, man. Doesn't mean you can just hurt people. Okay. Well, I'm just gonna go and heal up here real quick. Repair Steve. And I need what, some more? No, I'm kind of okay on that stuff. It's just yeah. Okay, 19 it has nothing on lightning, and I'm not really using lightning on anything else. So let's just drop 19 lightning. Probably not enough. But yeah, I guess the process started. Okay. What I want is just to be able to step outside, save, and then go into the dungeon. But you can't save when you enter a dungeon, so you have to walk all the way back here and then go over. Doesn't make any sense. You can save when you exit the dungeon on the map of the dungeon. You can't save when you arrive there for the first time. Okay, well, this is where I'm going to call this episode, and we will pick up more with Dark Cloud 2 in the future. Thanks for watching. Bye.